Hotep, this is Jareel. I'd like to talk about dictionary here. The Oxford English Dictionary. This is the 4th edition, 2nd edition CD-ROM version of word definitions and things like that. If you go back and you take a look at the Webster, this company or owner of this company is basically buying out all these old dictionary companies. For an example, you have Random House, you have this version, and a few others. And once they put that Webster label in there, the definitions of the terms are being changed. So what's better than the original? Well, there's nothing better than the original. So how could an upgrade be better than an original when the upgrade breaks down? Think about it. At the same time, if you have original sound of a word and you change that pitch of that word, what do you do in someone's hearing? You put them in a state of confusion. If you use a word or a sound and you change the sound, or if you change the so-called meaning of the sound, it's also at the same status of it being a higher pitch or lower pitch. And basically that's going to put someone in a different state of mind. So you have certain schools and colleges putting these so-called terminology, and guess the word term. So if I were to tell you you're going to have these terms, I'm basically telling you two things. Either I'm going to give you a verbal contract or a written contract. So a dictionary is nothing but a verbal contract. Think about it. Here you are reading these words and you are agreeing with these words, so you are basically taking part of a verbal contract. So for an example, say you go out there and you having fun, right? First thing on your mind is what? Sex. So you go tell your children, hey, go have some fun. What do you think is going to be on their mind? First of all, they're going to do practical jokes. They're going to probably go knock on someone's door, run around and you know, dog ditch, or they're going to make a phone call. You know how you make those phone calls and you hang up in someone's face, or you say something that you didn't really want to say just so you can hear them laugh and get angry. Well, that's fun. Well, let's take a look at the word fun for an example. Let's see what the word fun really means. All right. So it means a cheat or trick, a hoax or a practical joke. So why do you think people are cheating out there? Because they're having fun. Get it? Now, think about it. You tell someone to go have fun, they're going to do either three things. They're going to either cheat, they're going to trick, they're going to hoax. Even fourth, they're going to play a joke, or even the fifth, they're going to have sex. Well, what is the primary root of the word fun? Let's take a look. The primary root of the word fun, being specific, is to have sexual intercourse. So basically, fun means to have sexual intercourse. So why do you think some of these young children out there are going about and doing sexual acts? Because the vibration of this so-called fun means to have what? Sexual intercourse. So for an example, say you want to tell someone they're funny. All right. Matter of fact, let's back up. Let's go to the word fun once more time, and let's take a look at the so-called verb of the word. In other words, the action. So again, by taking the action of the verb, we still got the same thing, the cheat and the hoax. Well, guess what else? It says also to make fun or sport. So when you're making sport of somebody, you making a fool out of somebody, you making a joke out of somebody. So why do you think that they got sports on TV? Someone is having some fun, ain't they? They making a practical joke on you because you're not doing certain things that you need to do. And that is to learn. That is to basically go out there and seek knowledge. So think about it. To indulge in fun or to play the fool. A joke. Again, right there. So to have fun means that you're being a fool. Say the word funny. Say, you're so funny. Okay, you're so funny. Look at the word funny. It means a narrow, clinker-built pleasure boat. A pleasure boat? What the hell is a pleasure boat? Think about it. It's a ship that you have pleasure on it. And what is that ship? That mother ship. That mother boat. That mother is the pleasure of why we want to sail her. You get it? To sail her. To ride her. To have fun with her. So let's take a look at the word nice. You are so nice. Let's find out and see who's really nice. Who's naughty and who's nice. That old Santa Claus thing here. Naughty and nice. A foolish or simple person. A fool. Again, the word nice means to be a fool. For all you folks out there who think Christmas is all this and all that because you're naughty and nice, who's going to be naughty? Who's going to be nice? So no matter which one you choose, you're going to be the fool. Let's keep on going. Let's take up the word fond. Don't be fond of me. I'm letting you know, do not be fond of me. Why? Because the root word of fond means foundation, group, or groundwork. Well, what kind of groundwork is that? Well, first of all, this is a noun. So we use fond in the sense of what? Of an action, which is a verb, but when it takes a certain object, it has a different format on it. So in other words, again, the noun of fund or found is also what? A stock of sum of money. So I am fond of my money, or the fond of my riches. So that means you have a sum of money. Well, let's take a look at the verb of it. The verb of fond is what? To play the fool, to become foolish. So when you are fond of your money, you are doing what? You are, again, playing the fool. You are becoming foolish. You are being nice. You are being naughty. Now, again, when you're being fond, again, you are what? Made to make a fool of, or to be fooled. See? So these words that you use, if you don't know them correctly, you are putting a spell on somebody. Again, this is why you go to school to learn spelling. This is why you go to school to learn glamour. And glamour means grammar. And grammar means to put a spell on somebody. Think about it. If you and I were to have a conversation, and I use certain these words on you, how it's going to make you feel? Either two things is going to make you feel, either positive or negative. That's a spell. Let's go to the word cretin. So now, for all you Christians out there who think that word means to be a great term, what is the original word of Christian? Well, the original word of Christian is cretin. And let's take a look. And this is from their dictionary. I didn't make this up. I did not make this up. They put this on here. So again, you have the word Christian. So cretin means Christian. And what is the so-called definition of the word cretin? It also means what? It also means a fool. One who behaves stupidly. Also attribute and transactions. So in other words, if you think you a nice Christian, again, you're being a fool. Even if you call yourself a Christian, you're being a fool. So in other words, the original word for Christian means cretin. Think about it. Why are they going to change the original and give you an upgrade? Think about it. It's right there, right in your face. Now, let's go to the word. Let's go to the word sin. All right, let's go to that word real quick. Let's go to the word sin. Let's find out and see what sin really means here in this dictionary. So, it tells you an act with a regard of transaction or divine law or an offense against God. Okay, this is Christian belief here. Let's take a look at the brackets. You see the word S-Y-N? That also means sin. So it's the same vibration, the same tone as S-I-N. It's also S-U-U-N-E, Sunni. You hear the word sin or sinny or zine or sign. So this word sine is also a sine wave, abbreviated SIN in trigonometry. So it also means to go up and down, positive and negative. So the word sin is really a mathematical term. It's a spell. It is a form of energy that is put on you to make you feel either positive or negative. So how many times you go out there and you think you're being a simple person when you're really not? It's because of the tone and frequency of these words. Let's take a look at the word sin once more time. Let's take a look at the variant of the word sin. The variant of the word sin means sun. S-O-N, S-U-N. And you see the S-U-N right here, right? Let's take again, look at the word S-I-N one more time. You can see the words S-U-N right here. S-U-N again. Also S-Y-N. Or the word sun as in S-O-N. Let's take a look at that. So S-O-N is also the same thing. S-U-N, the sun. S-I-N, sin. See right there? It's all the same meaning. It's all the same word. It's just quote unquote spelled differently. Get it? I'm going to put a different spell on you. A different spell. A different word. A different vibration. A different tone. T-O-N, tone, and note. T-O-N-E. It's still the same words, the same letters. It's just been changed around. You get it? Let's go to this word. Now, again, I'm talking about etymology, and this is how you break down the original words. And this is not wordplay. For someone to say wordplay, they think someone's playing a game on them when they're playing a fool. You get it? So they're the one who's fooled, and they're trying to make someone else to be foolish because they already been fooled before. So they don't have the proper knowledge to go out and seek these things because they're under a spell. They're under hypnosis. Just like a frequency. If you listen to a certain sound in music, it puts you to sleep. If you hear certain words that you don't know, it puts you to sleep. It's all the same thing. So again, this word is the process of tracing out and describing the elements of the word. How can a word have an element? Think about it. How can a word mean an element? Very simple. Sun means hot. And hot and also dark means cold, right? So when it gets cold outside, it gets dark, right? So it gets cold because the sun is what? Hot. So when the sun goes down, it gets cold at night. Okay. Now, if it gets cold at night, who wants to be in the cold? No one wants to be in the cold. They'd rather have the heat if they can take it because that's more heavenly to them. But hell is cold. So if these so-called ministers and preachers are telling you one thing and you have a different thing inside a so-called dictionary or even looking at nature as an element, then who's really speaking the truth? The real truth is nature. So how can nature be sinful? Sinful nature. How could it be sinful? Then what the heck is unnatural? Think about it. If nature is positive, then therefore unnatural is negative. So someone's playing a trick on you, and it ain't me. So again, let's take a look at this. The facts of relating to a formation or deviation of a word. Again, this is the so-called wordplay that someone wants to put on you. See, occur, confuse, or expression such as the equality comes from. You see? So someone is basically using these words and putting you in a state of confusion instead of fusion. Confused or fused. They're both the same word. Con means to go against, to put together, because fuse means to come together. This is why we are separated. This is why we are confused. Instead of being fused as a people or as a being, we are separated, divided, deceived, by confusion because of certain words and tones that we're using.